Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. We're looking at Psalms 144. This is another one of the 8 Psalms of David that's placed toward the end of the book. We believe just to encourage the people of God. We're not sure who the compiler or the organizer of the Psalms was, but God's Holy Spirit had them put here just before the last 5 Psalms of the book, I believe, to encourage the people of God. And what an encouragement they are to us when we trust the Lord and put Him first in our lives. God is a covenant God who keeps His promises to His people. And Israel was His special people, and David was His anointed king that He had placed over Israel to bring it to the place where they were in peace and they were living in prosperity, and God was blessing them. And so we see here in this psalm that David is first acknowledging the Lord as He cares for them personally in verses 1 through 4. Now we see how God gives them deliverance, and He gives them victory over their enemies, especially foreigners or strange children that come from outside the land to cause them problems. Listen to these verses 5 through 11. Bow down your heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Flash forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out your arrows and destroy them. Stretch out your hand from above. Rescue me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of the foreigners, or strange children, some versions say, whose mouth speak vain words, whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. I will sing a new song to you, O God. On a harp of 10 strings, I will sing praises to you. The one who gives salvation to kings, who delivers David his servant from the deadly sword. Rescue me and deliver me from the hand of foreigners, whose mouth speak lying words, and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood. And so we have a mighty God who can deliver us and give us victory over those who are our enemies. Now, we have many enemies today in America. We have enemies that are trying to sneak in across our borders, come in illegally, and maybe David was dealing with the same issue. They would lift up their right hand to make an oath to be faithful and to give their allegiance to their country, but it was a right hand of falsehood. Twice he mentions that, and whose right hand is a right hand of falsehood in verse 11 and in verse 8. Their mouth, they speak vain words. Their mouth, they speak lying words in verse 11. So you see, David's dealing with enemies. Maybe the mountains that he talks about that he's going to destroy are the mountains of enemies, mountains of problems, mountains of challenges. And boy, God is able to knock those mountains down and bring them low. Maybe Jesus might have had this in mind when He told the disciples, whenever you have faith, you can say to this mountain, be thou cast into the sea, and it shall be done. Yes, when we have faith and we believe God, that's what David is doing. He's expressing his faith. And then he says, in the midst of this, I will sing a new song to you, O God, on a harp of 10 strings. I will sing praises to you. So in the midst of this proclamation that God will take care of my enemies, He will victoriously deliver me, David is saying, I'm going to praise you. I'm going to sing songs to you. And I believe that is so important to realize. So God not only cares for us personally because He's a loving and a gracious and a kind God, God delivers us from the hand of strangers, from the mountain of challenges, from the floods of great waters that overwhelm us. God is able to lift us up and take care of us and give us safety. So today, in the midst of that, let's do like David. Let's sing a song of praise. Let's lift up our voice to Him and know that He's the one who saves the king and all the kings that follow Him. And David says, I'm your servant. And we should acknowledge, as God's servant, He's made a covenant with us that He'll always be with us and take care of us. Well, God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.